You finally did it. You packed your bags, left that toxic relationship behind, and after months of exhaustion, you've started to rebuild your life. You're finding your peace again. And then, your phone buzzes. It's them. The text says everything you ever wanted to hear. They are so sorry. They've gone to therapy. They've finally changed. Instantly, your stomach drops. A dozen questions flood your mind. Did they really change? Should you hear them out? It's completely normal to feel a sudden spark of hope in this moment, but what you're experiencing has a name. Psychologists call it hoovering, named after the vacuum cleaner, and it describes exactly what your ex is trying to do: suck you right back into the relationship. This reappearance acts as a bridge, leading you back toward the same cycle you worked so hard to escape. To understand why your ex is suddenly acting like the perfect partner, we have to look at this diagram. This chart shows the narcissistic cycle of abuse, a predictable loop that toxic relationships follow. Think back to when you were together. You likely started at the top, in the idealized stage. They showered you with affection and made you feel incredibly special. But soon, the path drops down into devalue, where the criticism and manipulation began. Finally, it hit the bottom, the discard phase, leaving you feeling abandoned and confused. The cycle doesn't end there. After a period of silence, they deploy a hoover. This is the attempt to restart the loop, sucking you right back to the top so they can run the whole painful pattern again. This happens because of a need for emotional fuel, the reactions, control, and validation they use to keep themselves going. Think of them like a battery that cannot hold its own charge. To feel powerful, they have to siphon that energy from someone else, from you. They reach out specifically when their own internal battery has run dry, and they need a quick recharge from the nearest reliable source. To get that recharge, they will use highly specific tactics. The first is future faking. This is when they dangle the exact milestones you always begged for. They'll swear they booked a couples therapist, or they might even talk about buying a ring, promising you a future they have no intention of actually delivering. Another common tactic is playing the victim. They might text you about a sudden family crisis or claim that everyone in their life has abandoned them. They are deliberately exploiting your natural empathy to make you feel too guilty to say no. Then there's the hurt and rescue method. Here, they intentionally cause you anxiety, maybe by giving you the silent treatment for weeks, just so they can suddenly swoop back in with flowers and apologies, playing the comforting savior to the very pain they caused. While these tactics look different on the surface, they share the exact same goal. They are designed to weaponize your deepest hopes and core values, bypassing your logical brain to get a foot back in the door. So, how do you defend yourself? Your strongest shield against a hoover is going no contact. It acts as a heavy steel door slamming shut on the toxic cycle. Going no contact means exactly what it sounds like. You offer zero response. You ignore the texts, block the phone numbers, unfollow them on social media, and shut down every single digital and physical way they can reach you. But sometimes you can't just walk away completely. If you share children or work in the same office, absolute silence isn't an option. That's when you need to use the gray rock method. Gray rocking is the act of making yourself as uninteresting and unresponsive as a literal stone on the ground. When you have to interact, you keep your facial expressions flat and offer only brief, factual answers like yes, no, or I see. This list shows the rules for surviving forced interactions using the acronym DEEP. You must not defend yourself against false accusations. Do not engage in their attempts at drama. Do not explain your choices, and do not personalize their insults. Just stick to basic facts. By keeping your emotions out of reach, you are successful.